This is Digital by Computing. On Windows 10, your computer starts up and runs programs automatically. Some stuff you don't even know is running, but it is running when it starts up. So we're going to look at 3 ways to close applications from startup, right? So applications that start up automatically, files that start up automatically, 3 different ways that you can go and actually control what starts up when your Windows computer starts up on Windows 10. So here we are on Windows 10. Now there are 3 areas that I like to look at when controlling what applications and what programs and what files open up when you start up your computer. First area is in the Start menu. You want to go into All Programs and down to the Startup folder. You'll see there's a folder here called Startup, and there's a couple of items in here. So I've got a EA task list and a Notes 2 file that starts up automatically when my computer starts. I can literally right click on these and delete them straight from here if I don't want those particular programs or files to start automatically when your Windows computer starts. Alternatively, if you do want something to start up automatically, you can just drag it into this startup area. Okay, that's the first area. The second area is to go into the Start menu, and in this Run area, the search area just here, you type in msconfig and you press enter. You're presented with this system configuration options here, and you've got the 4th tab over, Startup. You can open the Task Manager, and into here you'll see a Startup option. These are all the programs that start up when your computer starts up. You'll see that a number of these are all enabled. All right, so by default, when you start your computer, all these programs will start up automatically in the background. So what you can do is, if you want something to not start up, for example, iTunes Helper, which is already disabled, let's say Java Update Schedule, can right click on it and say Disabled. So now that Java Update Scheduler will no longer start when my computer starts. Similarly, I can do a few other things. You'll see that I've got a couple of things in here which were listed previously in that Start menu, all right? EA task list and my notes. So you can also control it from here. All right, so you see that I've got a few that are listed in here. Now that's the second option. Now this is all grabbed essentially from the registry of your computer. So we're going to now go into the registry of your computer and find where these are, because you can actually remove them altogether from this list. All right, so at the moment they're still showing up in the list, but they're just in a disabled state. So you can have a lot more control by going into the registry of your computer. Now, before we go into here, be warned, if you don't know what you're doing, if you're not comfortable with playing in the registry of your computer, don't go here. Because if you delete something incorrectly, you could actually cause your computer more harm than good. So just be mindful, follow my instructions exactly as it is if you do want to go into the registry to actually remove startup items. Because if you remove the wrong thing, we don't want to go there, okay? So in the Start menu, similar to before, we now want to type in regedit. So REGEDIT and press enter. It's going to ask me for some security clearance. I'm going to say yes. And I'm now presented with my registry editor. So this contains essentially all of the information to make your computer operating system run. All right. So be careful, as I said, with what you're doing in here. 2 areas that we can look through is the current user, the H key current user, and the H key local machine. The current user are startup items for the user that is currently logged in. All right. So if you have a computer that has multiple accounts, multiple logins, you know how you've got one for Jane and one for John. You do it on each of those when you log in. So you log into Jane, you go into here and remove it. You go log into John, you do the same thing. Local machine is for the entire machine, affecting every single user. So under current user, you want to go down to the software area, expand software, look for Microsoft and expand Microsoft. Look for Windows, expand Windows, expand current version, and go into Run. In here, you'll see programs that are executed, files that start automatically when your computer starts up for this particular user. You'll see that there is some iCloud stuff in here, iCloud Drive, iCloud Photos, and iCloud Services. You may not want these to start up automatically. So I can literally select these. In my scenario, I don't want these to start up. Again, be mindful of what's in here. If you're not familiar with exactly what it is, maybe it's best to not delete it. If you do know what it is and you don't want it to start up, feel free to delete it from this run area. Now remembering, by removing them from here, you're not removing the application, you're just removing the option of starting that application when your computer starts up. So I can right click on these and select delete. It's going to confirm, right? It's going to give you a warning, delete certain registry values could cause system instability. So be aware of that. But in this scenario, if you followed exactly my steps and you're deleting only from this run area, you're generally okay as long as you know what those applications are. So I can remove those. Now I'm going to scroll all the way up to the top, and then I'm going to minimize my current user, and I'm going to do the same, exactly the same hierarchy for local machine. So expand local machine, expand software, expand Microsoft, go down to Windows, expand current version, and then look for run. So in here, I do have some other applications, some which I may not want to start up. So look, my classic start menu, sure, I'll keep that. I'm not sure what this is, real text. I think that's an audio related thing. So you may want to keep that. You may lose some functionality around some audio. Logitech downloader system. Well, look, for now, I definitely know I don't need iTunes Helper. All right, I don't want iTunes Helper to run in the background when my computer starts. So right click on it and click on delete. Okay, so that is removing the actual file, the actual reference of that file, that application from starting up when your computer starts. Okay, simple steps. First one is to go into the start menu, the startup folder. All right. Second is to go into start msconfig and go into the startup, and then you can navigate the stuff through there. But the most sure way to do this is to go into the registry and delete the references altogether, but be mindful of what you are deleting within the registry. If you found this video helpful, please comment below. I would love to know your thoughts. It also helps me to grow my channel and spread the word and help more and more people with their IT queries and IT needs. Thanks for watching again, and we will talk to you next time. So if you found that video helpful, please like it and subscribe to my channel, Digital by Computing, just on the button there for more videos.